Yeah, okay.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to Consciously Awakening Podcast Series, episode 7. Today we have Gasper Dolinar. What up, man? How you doing? How you doing? Welcome to this podcast.
Hey, thank you. Thank you for inviting me. I'm doing great. I'm
Yeah,
grateful
so
to you for your contribution for spreading the message, and
thank you. Thank you.
thank you.
I've just popped into your YouTube channel and I thought let's just invite this guy in because his work is awesome. You also do arts, except YouTube videos based on spirituality, right? So your art is your passion in a way.
Yeah, of course. Actually, art was the first thing that I started doing, and since the beginning of this painting journey, I started spreading the message, which was the byproduct of my art. So
Oh,
everything
okay.
started with art, and eventually I've created that YouTube channel, which the purpose was to spread the message, maybe through art, through somehow, some way, and everything were leading me to where it is now. So
Oh, nice, nice. So in a way, your art has inspired you into going into your spiritual journey. This is so awesome.
yeah, because everything happened like 4 years ago
Okay, okay.
when I started painting and I started creating this kind of art, which like when I'm visualizing or when I'm meditating and I'm visualizing different things, I've started seeing like completed paintings, completed pictures of different forms, and I wanted to learn to paint. I wanted to learn to put them into the canvas so
Yeah,
I can see what it is all about.
nice,
And every
nice.
time it happened same way. When I finished the painting, I received the exact meaning of the painting, so I wrote it down, and everything was like, for at the beginning everything was like mind-blowing, from where those ideas are coming from, what those ideas and concepts are teaching me, what is the meaning of
Yeah.
that. So like it's every year I can understand my art differently and more deeply. So I thought
Mm-hmm.
maybe it can help somehow people. Maybe people can find something in those paintings. And it was interesting when people started writing me, "Hey, I saw so similar vision in my meditation. I saw so similar pictures in my meditations." Some people think like, "Oh, are you connected with me? I saw the same picture in my dreams and things like that." So everything became truly interesting. Like, how can we be so connected on different levels of consciousness, maybe experiencing life as individuals, but at some level of consciousness, maybe we are all connected and maybe we're all receiving similar ideas, but the question is who is willing to express that idea?
Yeah,
And
this
I
is
think
this
if
is
we
yeah, I think this is in a way a sort of telepathy that we have, and I think that we can actually get to inspire each other to our spirit, to our higher dimensional selves. We can get to inspire each other by not necessarily meeting through 3D, but also in the spirit realm, and this is actually so powerful. This is like an advanced way of creating to actually connect to each other in a higher state of in a higher space of consciousness. It's beautiful that you had all these channelings, and it's amazing how you can actually get to put it into practice, and you get to actually put it into work and actually get people to be inspired from that work. So it's amazing. Tell me more about your visions. What happened? How did it start?
um, it's actually a long story, but I'm coming from extreme sports, from freestyle mountain biking, where
Okay.
you have jumps made out of dirt and you're jumping and doing different tricks. And in all different extreme sports, the main thing that you're dealing with is fear and your inner voice, which is kind of controlling your actions and behaviors. So I was searching the way how to turn off that fear, how to turn off that inner voice so you could be completely present while doing whatever you're doing. And one day I came across a term, meditation. Through meditation, you can overcome fear. Through
Yeah.
meditation, you can control your mind, or, you know, something like that. And I went deeper into it. And one day I found a guided meditation on YouTube. I don't know which one it was, but it was something basic. And
Okay.
I did that meditation, and it felt so peaceful. Like I've never before I felt such a deep peace by doing nothing. You know, usually you need to go like out in the nature to do something to feel good, or to feel peaceful, or to feel connected. But at that moment, I was doing nothing. I was sitting, I was listening, following the voice in that meditation, and I've experienced such a deep peace. So I said, well, I will continue doing it. And at some level, I started to see different pictures, different forms. Sometimes it was geometrical patterns moving around, spinning in different colors and things like that.
Nice.
and and as a kid I was drawing a lot, so I thought, well, let's draw it. So I started drawing it. But drawing can be, it's hard to recognize what is in the drawing. I thought maybe painting can be much more understandable, more colors, it can be bigger and so on. So I wanted to learn to paint. And as I started expressing first visions, my visions became more clear, more meaningful, more, the message inside them was more clear. So as I was reading different books and I was learning more about different philosophies, different concepts of quantum physics, of spirituality, of power of the mind, of heart coherence, and different things, I found out that maybe if I can use these visions that I'm seeing and connect them with the knowledge that I know, maybe together I can combine something into a visual form, which people can use it as a reminder to remind themselves of their inner power.
Yeah.
So that became my mission, kind of, to express myself that way. To what I see, I want to channel it, so also other
Wow.
people can see
Wow.
what I see. So
That's
I
amazing.
think,
That's just amazing. Nice.
yeah, it's so powerful, because then I recognize that it's not just me that I'm feeling it. It's like many people are feeling those things. Many people are receiving different ideas, but the question is, are we truly ready to take actions with that? Because maybe people will judge us. Maybe we'll go beyond certain layers of perceptions. Maybe we'll need to deal with certain fears. But if we will grab those ideas that we are receiving, we will open a completely new doors for our
Yeah.
reality and
Yeah.
for greater opportunities in our lives.
Yeah,
So
it's
I start,
amazing. It's amazing how we have our spiritual self, and it's amazing how there is a spirit world. And someone said that the spirit world is the only real world. You know, so we live in multiple dimensions at the same time, and it's amazing how our consciousness can actually go beyond the limit, can go beyond the limitation, and we can actually can begin to actually gather knowledge from that point and actually begin to extract it and express it into the now present moment, into this 3D world, you know. So it's amazing because my purpose and the message, the purpose of my messages is to try to awaken people to these other worlds, to try to awaken people to these other states of consciousness, is to really try to really opens people's consciousness and really make them realize that yes, there is more to life, there is more to what we have been taught, there is more to our existence. You know, this is actually really powerful. There is more to our consciousness. And we live in amazing times. We live in times of awakening where we are actually beginning to get to know ourselves at a different level. We get to actually get to know ourselves at a more advanced level. So it's amazing. It's amazing. What is happening is amazing, and human consciousness is amazing. And it is amazing the fact that you had the opportunity to really channel these messages and really seeing beyond your 3D limits, to seeing beyond your mind's limits and getting to actually do this work, this amazing work that you're doing. So awesome. Awesome, man.
Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, it truly is amazing. Like it's same as we would say that a soul is dreaming, and in those dreams we lose ourselves and we forget that we are dreaming.
Yeah.
So in those dreams that we call reality, we can learn everything about ourselves and everything about what we need to overcome to remember back again that we are just dreaming. And once we remember that we are just dreaming, we will wake up to a whole new understanding of ourselves.
Yeah, it's
And
important. It's also important to maybe integrate the world that we are living in. Of course, we can gather ideas from higher dimensional states of consciousness, but it's also important to integrate this 3D reality maybe and the world that we live
yeah,
in.
of
You know,
course, of course.
yeah, there is this duality between the human realm and the spirit realm, and it's important to actually master both and actually bring in the perspective of balance, from my perspective.
Yeah, of course. I mean, like, even if we say everything is an illusion, it's also a reality.
Yeah,
As
yeah.
I don't think there's a separation between spirit and matter. Like, everything is working together.
Mm-hmm.
So we can't say we are here in an illusion as through many spiritual and different teachings we could recognize like reality is just an illusion, but we are living a life here. We need to pay bills, we need to buy
Exactly,
different things
exactly,
to. And
exactly.
I think that the new way of thinking is not just to meditate all day long and to stay peaceful, but rather to
To find the
find the
balance,
best.
the balance. Yeah,
Yes, yes, the balance and the harmony, and to find the best way to apply it in your daily life.
yeah,
Like,
yeah.
if everything in nature is in abundance, if your life is not in abundance, it means that you are not in balance with something. And that is the spiritual teaching. You need to find a balance in every aspect of your life, and every aspect of your life will be in abundance and harmony.
Exactly,
and
exactly.
and I think that's the thing that we're learning in that illusional reality. That's why we are here living this physical life. So as soul can be, like, if we go into religion or any different teachings, we'll find that soul is eternal. There is eternal I, eternal life. But we came here as a manifestation of physical life, so we
Mm-hmm.
can learn those concepts of the mind, the concepts of how important the balance is, how important the harmony is, or how important the love is, and what happens when there is the lack of love, when there is the lack of balance, the lack of harmony. We came across destruction, we came across chaos, and then we find out what have led us to there. What is the cause that everything is out of balance right now? And we will find the reason: the lack of love, the lack of compassion, the lack of connection, the lack of understanding.
Yeah, and
And that is all.
usually it starts from within. It starts from within.
Yeah.
We literally have the power to, and we're speaking about manifestation here, and we literally have the power to change our outer reality with the power of our inner intentions and our inner thoughts. And these spiritual teachings and these spiritual concepts only they are useful only if because we get if only if we get to actually shift our inner worlds, only if we get to actually make something useful out of them, not
Mhm.
just conceptualize about them, but actually putting them into practice. Like you said, you need balance in every aspect of your life. You need love in order to progress. You need a really good mindset, and you really need to put things into practice in order for you to actually manifest something in your life. So it's about getting to know the spiritual concepts, but it's also about getting to put them into practice. So
Yeah,
yeah, it's important. It's important. No,
exactly, exactly.
yeah, I
Like,
want just go on.
yeah, no, if we just look a little bit into the past, like in the past, firstly, the Western mind was all about physical work, hard work,
Yeah,
making money, and so on. And the mind on the East was all about inner work, the spirit,
yeah,
the inner transformation. And then through that process, people from the East started coming to the West and started teaching people in the West to apply the knowledge and the wisdom from the East. And this knowledge started traveling around the world, same as the knowledge from the West about money, about hard work came to the East. And it was all in the past. So we've came across the time where there was more books about different knowledges.
Yeah.
But now we are living in the time where this kind of knowledge and wisdom is accessible to everyone. So it's not about knowing those things anymore. It's not about understanding, yeah, this spirituality, it's now well known and everybody's talking about it. Now it's about applying it, about becoming that lesson.
Yeah, becoming the space for you to actually be those things, you know?
Yes.
And yeah. And it's interesting because there is the perspective of taking action and there is the perspective of actually just finding peace with where you are. And I think that these Eastern concepts are about being and just being at peace, but the Western concepts are about really doing the work and putting in the practice. And like you said, we need to combine them both in order to actually keep a balance, because we live in a complete world. And we gotta find a balance. I have been struggling with balance, and sometimes I still do, but I realize right now that I can't just conceptualize about spiritual concepts. I can't just conceptualize about it. I also must put in the work and actually put it into practice. So it's about a combination. Now, what I want to ask you is, how do you actually manifest? How do you actually put these things into practice? This is actually the question. What do you do in order to find the balance and the power of creating and the freedom of creating? How do you actually do it, man?
Yeah, I always look around me and see how many things were already manifested from my inner state of being.
Oh,
so I can recognize what is aligned with my vision of who I want to become and what is not aligned with who I want to become. So when I see the things that I don't want to have anymore in my reality, I will ask myself who I don't want to be anymore. Because if we understand that our reality is a reflection of ourselves, then a great question for me is always who I want to overcome, who I don't want to be anymore. Like, what are the patterns that I'm still repeating? What are the habits that I'm still holding on, but I want to quit? Many times it's hard. Many times we fall into a certain pattern where we are again repeating the old habits, repeating the old actions, repeating the old ways of communicating. And it is hard to overcome them, but as soon as we recognize them, we are on another level. As soon as we recognize them and we catch ourselves and we become aware that we are repeating the old patterns, we are again on the next level of awareness. And then the question is, like, firstly, we need to have the direction where we are going. What is that reality that we are working on to manifest? What is that manifestation? Not just I want to have that amount of money, I want to have that relationships, but I like to look on everything, because reality is a package of everything, not just amount of money. When you will get the money, you need to have also a mindset to handle that money, to know how to invest it and so on. So when we're looking on reality, we need to know who we want to become before we will have that reality. Because I think it's impossible to manifest your dreams if you're not ready to change yourself.
And it's impossible to manifest your dreams if you don't know what your dreams are, you know. So it's important to actually it's important to visualize, to get to know yourself in the process. And of course, we're always changing, we're always shifting as humans. Our consciousness is constantly moving and constantly changing. And this idea of the fact that we're constantly changing makes me realize that we get to have new ideas about ourselves each day, you know. And it's powerful because this 3D reality and this world is actually a good place for us to start. It's actually a good place for us to see what we want to become. It's the scene of expression. We get to actually express ourselves in this world. But I see that this society and this matrix and the way that things are working, they are actually desensitizing ourselves. they are actually taking down our passions. You know, everybody must have a job, everybody must work, everybody must do a vaccine. But the more that we realize that we are authentic individual spiritual beings, is the more that we get to actually take our passion, take our skills, take our gifts, and actually put them into work, just like you do with your passion, just like you do with your YouTube channel. You know, so it's important to actually find our own unique perspective and our own unique way of expressing ourselves. You know, because I
Yeah,
see that
yeah,
everybody wants to be the same. Everybody wants to have 1 million followers on Instagram, doing, I don't know, counting money or something. But what is your passion? You know, what is your passion? What is your way of expressing yourself? What is your way of actually being unique in this world? Because we're not equal, we're not superior, we're not inferior. We are all unique, you know. So one of the purposes of my message is to actually make people realize how unique they are, and the fact that they have the ability to put their passion into work, to put their passion into practice, that they have the ability to really create their own world and actually manifest their own vision. You know, it's important. So it's important to not lose our dreams, guys. It's important to not lose focus. It's important to question who we are and what our potential is, and getting to actually express that, because you and me may resonate with spirituality, but somebody else may resonate with uh, elephants and nature and going to going to visit animals at zoo. You know, so whatever your passion is, make sure that you actually focus on that, because we are speaking about spirituality and higher vibrational concepts, but it's not necessarily something that you should be focusing on if you don't feel that. What I mean is, go ahead and follow your own unique vision and your own unique passion. What we are doing right now is just that we are just extracting messages for you guys to actually get inspired and actually going ahead and following your passion and your bliss. Super important.
yeah, that's true, that's true. And like you said, we are all unique beings. We need to firstly know ourselves.
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
the thing with all those dreams and all the things that we are working on to manifest, those ideas are changing, but one is always staying the same, and one is the one that is usually coming from the heart, that is your main desire, main passion, which is usually to give something out. And like, for example, what you want to give to the world, what value you want to give to the world. And that is the thing that probably we will came across understanding, like how to create something so meaningful that we can spread it.
yeah.
And usually when people are thinking about manifesting, for example, a certain amount of money, we need to think like what to create, so for exchange we can receive that money.
Exactly.
because
The law of
because
exchange. The law
yeah,
of
of course.
exchange, and we need to actually focus on our passion first. You know, we have to forget
Yeah,
about the idea of the money, because we all want money without having something to offer the world, you know. So we need to offer something. We need to actually raise our energy based on something. We need to actually focus on our energy onto something if we want to receive something in return. And this is actually powerful. This is the law of cause and effect. This is the law of compensation. You gotta offer
yeah,
something. You gotta offer your spirit. You gotta offer your consciousness.
of course.
Yeah.
Exactly. And and that is where our uniqueness come across our
Exactly.
path. Because like we can do a certain thing, we can copy somebody for a certain amount of time, but at some level we will find ourselves empty without any idea, and that's the moment where we will start digging deeper. We will quit, or we will start digging deeper, and if we will dig deeper we will find ourselves. And I think that's the reason, like, many people say this matrix is bad and everything is wrong and everything is negative, but I think that the purpose of that matrix is to wake you up. Like, I had a job, I had few jobs before, but because I had a job that sucks, I started digging deeper into myself, what I would do, what would be the next job which I would love to do more than I'm doing
Yeah.
right now.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
we
Yeah. Yeah.
start searching better opportunities because we don't have them yet.
Mm-hmm,
So
mm-hmm.
I think the purpose of every bad thing or every hard situation is to wake you up to a greater level of understanding yourself.
Exactly.
So
Each emotional pattern leads to into another pattern. This is
yes,
the flower of life. Everything is progressing in a fractal way, you know. So each moment gives you the opportunity to progress into something new and to extract something new out of your own consciousness. And it's beautiful. It's beautiful because we are always expanding. We are always consciously awakening. We are always moving forward and forward, and this is actually really powerful. But you see, we lost the perception of gratitude. We lost gratitude, and we forgot how to be grateful. But the more that you become grateful for what you have, is the more that the universe will send you more. This is powerful. To be humble and to be at peace with where you're standing, and to really focus on love and abundance, you know. But we look that we constantly want more, and we become attached of these things. We become attached, and the root of suffering is attachment. But what we must learn in the spiritual journey is to actually get detached from these things and actually begin to deliberately create from a space of freedom, begin to create from a space of pure consciousness, from a space of freedom, and really being in tune with each moment while you are constantly being free, you know. So yeah, it's powerful. It's powerful. But look, that we live in a society that constantly pushes us towards maybe inauthentic dreams, maybe inauthentic ways of expressing ourselves, maybe inauthentic desires. And we are constantly wanting something that is not ours, like you said. But the more that
yeah,
we question our own authenticity, the more that we question our own unique way of expressing ourselves, and the more that we find our own unique individual dreams, is the more that we have the chance to really love ourselves and love our work, and getting to actually put that into practice. You know, so this is powerful.
yeah, yeah. I think we need to question like what is the purpose of that? Because like what is the purpose of what is happening right now? What is the purpose of that event that happened in my life? Because by doing that, we will get deeper into ourselves. As like there's many challenges that we can find right now, and this COVID situation and all those things. But if there is one purpose to that, is to truly find yourself and go deeper into yourself. Like,
Yeah,
what is
yeah,
your potential? What can you learn from it? What,
yeah,
like, go, I don't know, study anything that can be helpful to you right now.
yeah,
If
yeah.
that's something about biology, go into biology, buy books and read them. And
It all depends. It all starts with a question. It all starts with a question, because big questions lead to big answers, you know. So you may have to start with, who am I really? What is my dream here? What is my passion here? What is my purpose on planet Earth? And you will receive messages, synchronicities, external messages that will actually guide you forward towards your dreams. And this is
yeah,
powerful. This is powerful. Yeah, so it's about
yeah,
questioning. It's
exactly.
about questioning, then expressing that gift, because we all come here gifted. We all come here with great passions. But so
Yeah,
many of us,
when we find it,
yeah, yeah,
when we
yeah,
find it, and yes, it is about expression. It is about expressing ourselves. But usually people don't know what to express. There is nothing within me to express what to express
yeah,
because we're lost
exactly.
here.
Yeah, we're
We're
lost in our
lost
minds.
here
Yeah,
thinking.
we're lost in the past. We're lost in who we thought we were. We're lost in our past ways of expressing ourselves. But we also have the
Yeah.
chance to reset our consciousness. We also have the chance to move forward. We always have the chance to really start again, and this is powerful. But it all starts with the right mindset. It all starts with the right
Mm,
perception, you know. It all starts with the right education. Maybe how do you educate yourself? This is powerful, because we are educated by a system that is actually something that is may be or not be so beneficial for us. But we also question things for ourselves, and we gotta open our minds to our own ways of creating and our own ways of
mm.
seeing life, you know. So yeah, you have a great perspective on this, man.
Yeah, I think we've overgrown what was the system before. And as we are right now in this emerging of a new system, we are planting the seeds. And
Yeah.
the seeds are like, we need to water them right now. We
Yeah.
need to take care of what will emerge out of it. Like not being afraid of, oh, the future, but rather be a creator of the future.
Yeah.
So like, use, like, we can always visualize. We can
Yeah.
always visualize where we will be tomorrow, where we will be the next year, where we will be in the next 10 years and 20 years. But then what we will do with our body in the now,
Yeah.
what will
Yeah.
be the next step, what will be the next action that we will apply, what kind of habits we will develop through the time that we are here.
Yeah.
And that's the discipline that we are building. Like, discipline is staying true to your truth. What is truth? What is a truth for yourself? What do you take as a truth, and stay consistent and stay determined to it. And
Powerful.
once your
Powerful.
truth, and once your truth will change, you will change. But as long as you believe to your truth, follow it until it will teach you. Is it truly real, or is it just another layer of perception that you need to peel off?
Mm-hmm.
So yes, we are constantly learning something about ourselves, and it's beautiful.
It's
But
beautiful.
it's
It's
hard as well.
beautiful. It's hard. And this is what I wanted to mention, that even rough experiences, even rough emotional patterns, even rough moments in our life, they have the power to actually awaken us. They have the power to actually point to a greater perspective. They have the power to actually reset ourselves. And yes, I have been through rough moments. I have been through rough moments, but what I come to realize is the fact that I can always have the chance to start again. I can always have the chance to actually move into the present moments and getting to actually create something beneficial for myself and for the world. So we have the power even through hard moments. All we got to do is actually understand our thought processes and where our feelings are coming from and what is wounded within us. You know, we got to understand these things and getting to actually let them go. You know, so it's about constantly healing and constantly changing. Change is constant. Universal consciousness is constant. Everything is changing. We are constantly changing. But it's about how aware are we of this change? How aware are we of the fact that we are constantly moving higher and higher and higher? Because we may be living in moments where we are not that aware, but the thing is to actually become aware of yourself and become aware of the things that you already know, and becoming aware of your own perspective and getting to actually focus on that and express that dream into the world, you know. So it's just a game. It's just a game of consciousness. But how aware are we of this dream? How aware are we of this constant change, you know?
Yeah, that's true. Like, there's many things to learn, and like all the aspects of life that we need to handle, or that we need to put in balance. Like, I think many people when they got into spirituality, I was as well at the beginning. I thought, well, once you understand that spiritual teachings, everything should or supposed to become more beautiful, more peaceful. But then you found out, well, if I want to start that project, I will need to work hard on that project, or if I want to finish that painting, I will need to wake up 2 hours earlier to finish that painting. And then I thought, well, it's not aligned with that spiritual teaching. So I don't know which point where to begin, what is right and what is.
Exactly.
So that's this battle between one point of perception and another point of perception. But through the time, I've learned that I need to create my own perception. I need to create my own way of looking on life, and let's learn from that way of looking on life, and we'll see. But like, sometimes we need to work hard to find out if it is effective, and sometimes we need to disconnect from everything. Relax and meditate to see that is effective. And
Mm-hmm.
then to see what is effective and what is not effective, and do more of what is effective.
Yeah.
And from working from one side and working from another side, slowly we will get to that greater connection, when we will find that we are always working from within and everything is working for us.
Yeah. So it's about how you resonate with certain things. It's about that connection that you have with certain things in your life, because you may resonate with things or you may not. People may resonate with this message or they may not. But like we said, individual uniqueness, and it's important to focus on our own thing and actually question what our own unique passion is, and getting to actually be that passion, actually follow that passion. So again, uniqueness, guys, focus on your uniqueness and really question things for yourself. You don't have to take our word for it. You really have to go deep within your own self and really ask yourself the big questions. For example, right now I'm asking, how can I work in relationship with universal consciousness? How can I channel the messages? How can I channel the information for me to actually put it into this world, for me to actually put it into play, and for me to put it into practice? This is what I'm questioning myself right now. How can I find deeper truths within my own consciousness? And how is my consciousness related to the universe? How can I change things in my life? How can I improve my habits? These questions actually lead me to a practice, and that practice will lead me into something that is beneficial for myself and for those around me, which is powerful. So it's about questioning, it's about putting it into play, and it's about expressing ourselves. Expressing ourselves is super powerful, and really letting go of what no longer serves us, and really getting to actually open our hearts to the experience of the present moment. Super powerful from my perspective.
Yeah, those are powerful questions. And always when you're setting questions, we will be led to an answer. Sometimes it is through a book, sometimes it's a music on the radio. Hey, wake up. And sometimes it's
that
it's a
synchronicity,
video.
that type of
Sometimes it's a
synchronicity.
video on YouTube. Sometimes, I don't know, you will meet a random person and that person will say to you exactly the same things that you were questioning. And that's a great representation of how connected everything is. If there is a web of life through which information is traveling all around, and when you set a question, you actually turn on a receiver for the answer. And doesn't matter where you are, doesn't matter in what kind of situation you are, you will receive the best possible opportunity, which can lead you to a better version of yourself.
Everything is connected. Everything is connected. All that we do, all that we gotta do is to actually acknowledge it, and acknowledge the fact that there is higher knowledge that we can actually attune ourselves to.
But the question is how open our eyes are to see the opportunity, then to see the answer, to recognize the answer in that video, to recognize the answer in that music or whatever it was. Because that's the awareness. Through meditation, we learn to become more open. We learn to recognize more information, to learn to be more focused, and to be more to recognize the meaning in everything. So when we are able to recognize meaning in everything, we will receive a message in it. We will receive an answer in everything. So we can learn then from everybody. We will not judge people anymore. We will say, oh, what can I learn from that person? What can I learn from that situation?
Everything is a guidance. Each moment is in direct synchronicity with our inner self. All that we got to do is learn how to acknowledge these things, learn how to see the truth, learn how to see the fact that everything is in constant movement, and there are high vibrational truths attached to this reality. There are higher ways in which this reality works, So it's powerful. One question that I have for you is, what made you start a spiritual YouTube channel? What inspired you?
I wanted to spread the message. I wanted to connect people with information that can be more meaningful or more powerful. Like, it was the only reason that I started it was because when I found certain information powerful for me, and when I've applied it and it changed my life, I wanted to give that kind of information for others so they can apply and maybe it will change their
Awesome,
lives.
awesome,
And
awesome.
eventually it changed many people's lives. So I don't want to stop doing that. As I'm receiving different messages every single day of people when they apply different things. And it's not about my videos, but just to increase the level of information which can be powerful, which can be truly meaningful right now. When
Exactly,
people are
exactly.
applying this kind of lessons or practical ways, and they see changes in their lives, they start questioning how I did it or what I did it, and they do it again and they do it again, and they create new habits out of this new actions. They create new behaviors out of that new knowledge that they've learned, and they see a reflection of that change in their lives, and they start sharing then it with others. So we are creating a new community of people which are changing themselves in a new way, in a more connected way, more meaningful
Awesome,
way.
awesome.
And I think that's a new beginning for everyone. Like, we stop being victims of what is going wrong and we want to have more because we are afraid that we will lose what we have. We are going into the mindset or into
Of
a state of
abundance.
being
Yeah.
of abundance and of creation. Because, like, what I've learned from painting is that when I'm painting, I'm not asking myself what I will learn from that, what I will earn from that painting,
Yeah, yeah.
like what I will gain for exchange. I'm totally present. I'm in a creative state. I'm totally present. I'm not thinking about past or the future. I am now. And if we can find a way to be more present, so we can be in that state of creation, we will be constantly creating. And if there is a creator that we call God, and we are the expression or the extension of that creator, then it tells us that each of us is a creator. And if we are creators, we need to create. Our purpose is to create. So
Yeah,
what
yeah.
will we create? What will we create? Because we are constantly creating. If we're distracted by some information that are maybe negative, we will be creating something out of this information, which maybe will be something negative, which will reflect back to us in reality.
Yeah, we literally have the power to change outer circumstances with our inner world. We have the power
Yeah,
with the power of thought has the ability to create realities and universes. So what do you do in order to create your own reality, guys? Because in a higher state of consciousness, yes, we do have the power to create our desired reality. And we do have the power to create our desired thing. It's just about visualizing properly. It's just about getting to be conscious of our creation, getting to be conscious of the fact that if we have a pure intention, if we have an intention based on love, then the universe will respond because the universe is love. So the more that you focus on love is the more that you actually increase your energy. So increase your energy in such a way that you actually express love. And the higher your energy is the more that you attract into your life, because this is how the law of attraction works. The higher your energy is the more that you attract into your life. So increase your energy, guys. These are some good tips in order for you to actually increase your consciousness and increase your vibe and getting to actually manifest the world that you want to see. We are all one
yeah,
consciousness and we are creating our own desired reality, guys. It's just a matter of acknowledgement. It's just a matter of how we choose to express ourselves. This is powerful. Express yourself as much as you can, and realize that you have the power to really manifest and build and create the reality that you desire. So yeah.
yeah. And the question is always how to raise my energy.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
we need to focus also on what we are perceiving, what is getting into our
Around, yeah,
minds.
what is around us, what we are choosing to feed our subconscious mind with, what is our
Yeah,
environment. Nature is powerful. Go as much as possible into nature and see what happens.
yeah, yeah. Because, like, if our thoughts, like, I like to say that each thought that we are thinking, we are kind of connected to it.
Yep.
It's thought that we're thinking. So if we're constantly thinking of all different things, we are sending the streams of light to all those different things that we are thinking about.
Yeah.
But as our mind works truly chaotically, like, more we are thinking, more thoughts will come.
Yeah,
Uh,
exactly.
and and when we're sending so much of our vital life force to so many different things, suddenly we find ourselves empty, without any energy, with lack of energy. And then we will start thinking about coffee, we will start thinking about energy drinks with a hope that it will
Yeah.
wake me up. But the truth is, everything starts with your mind, like where you're sending all your thoughts, why you're thinking too much, so much.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
people will say, I don't know how to stop, I don't know how to stop thinking. And there is no way to stop thinking.
There is
You
no way
need
to stop
to,
thinking. Yeah.
no, you need to truly be aware that you are thinking, that
Yeah, yeah.
you are thinking right now. And why you're thinking so much? Because you've lost
Yeah.
your focus, you've lost your attention. And as soon as we get our attention back to us, back into ourselves, we use meditation for that, because through meditation, we disconnect from our environment. So we don't need to
Mm-hmm.
think so much anymore. We
Yeah,
close
and
down our
we stay
senses.
we stay focused, we stay conscious. So it's not so much about trying to stop the mind, but it's more about trying to observe the mind and really getting to connect with the body, with the source of the body.
Uh,
The more that you stay in your bodies, the more that you get to actually observe your mind, you know. So it's powerful, yeah.
mm,
But back to
exactly.
what were you saying? I sorry, I have interrupted you.
Oh, now you've lost me. uh, yeah, no, it's okay. Yeah, the point is that once we get back to ourselves and we
Yeah,
recognize, well, I've lost my energy because I've invested it into too many things. The same as you would have a bunch of money, but because you don't know where to invest it, you would buy everything that you would see, and suddenly
exactly.
you would find out without money. So the question is not how to protect your energy or how to protect your money, but how to invest it more wisely.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't want to think about the things which are not important to me. I don't want to think about something which I don't want to happen in my life.
Yeah, yeah,
So I will only think about what is important to me. If I want to create my next project, my next artwork, I will think about how to take time for myself so I can be inspired. I will not think about where to find inspiration, where to whatever. I will think about how to find a way so I can disconnect from what is not serving me anymore.
mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And and I will receive an idea. I go to nature, go to meditate, maybe take time for sleep or whatever.
Yeah, yeah.
So truly, when we are thinking about, like, thoughts are powerful, but we need to be aware what we're thinking about and where we are placing all our attention. And it's truly something that we are, like, if neuroscientists are saying that 95% of a day we are unconscious,
Mm-hmm.
only 5% of a day we are conscious, only 5% of a day we are
In
creatively
tune, yeah,
thinking.
yeah,
Yeah. So it means that 95% of our way of thinking is created automatically,
yeah.
which means that if our life is a reflection of our thoughts, then 95% of the day we are creating our life unconsciously. So what is then unconscious mind? An unconscious mind is a mind of a program, mind of a habit. And what is
Yep.
creating that mind? Conscious mind is creating unconscious mind so it can work for itself. So
So the
how to
thing is to
reprogram?
actually improve our conscious mind in order to actually change our subconscious mind. So we constantly got to
Yes,
stay more conscious, more in tune, more connected to the body, more connected to habitual patterns, more connected to the desired way in which we want to express ourselves. This is how to change the subconscious. To really stay,
yes,
yeah, yeah,
yes. But also be aware what you're perceiving. If you're, like, if our when we're perceiving life, we are feeding our subconscious mind with whatever we are perceiving. So if you take your phone and go scrolling on the Instagram, you're perceiving all these things, and
yeah,
consciously you will say, "Ah, it's not affecting on me," but it is going into your subconscious mind, and then
instantly,
and
instantly.
yes, and that's the thing that we are not aware. And once you go into meditation, it becomes truly uncomfortable because all those unconscious patterns starts coming up, and they are saying, hey, you need to do that, you need to do that, go eat, you're hungry, you need to drink or whatever, and you can't sit there even for 5 minutes. So that's the thing that we are finding out, overcoming that state, overcoming that subconscious voice, and truly become a master of your subconscious mind by creating a masterpiece out of it. By designing it. Design your subconscious, feed your mind with what you want to have in it, write things down. So a practice that I was doing truly often, sometimes I'm still doing it every single day. When I wake up, I write 21 sentences of a same sentence for 21 times of something that I want to reprogram in my subconscious mind. For example, I am more loving being, for example, or I am dealing with challenges easily. Something that will go into my subconscious mind, because what happened, I'm always doing a same sentence for 21 times for 21 days.
Oh, nice.
And yes, and what happens, after a few days, I recognize that sentence when I'm dealing with something in a day.
So the same. Is it the same sentence 21 times for 21 days? The same sentence, one sentence.
One sentence.
Oh, that's awesome. That's intense. That's intense.
Yeah, it's truly powerful. And after 21 days, you can start a new sentence. I don't know why I'm open for receiving money or whatever. I'm open for a loving relationship.
Yeah.
Or whatever it is. I'm connected to divine. I'm connected to divine more deeply. And repeat that sentence for 21 times for 21 days.
Awesome.
Because a magic will happen. Firstly, magic happens when you're writing it physically with your hand. You're writing it, then you can see it in front of you. It's already a manifestation of your thought. You see it in front of you. And if you repeat it for 21 times, you will be able to write it automatically, which means it's already a habit. And if you will repeat it every single morning, because you're still in that alpha state, you're still more acceptable to all the information. And where if you're more acceptable to information, it's much easier to put something in your subconscious.
Bro, so I'm gonna have to end this podcast because my mom wants to do something in this room. So I'm so sorry. This emergency came in. But man, thank you for all your perspective. It was awesome. Thank you for your ways of sharing. Thank you for your art. Thank you for your amazing conscious way of expressing yourself. And guys, by the way, if this video appears on Gasper's channel, feel free to also subscribe to my channel. So I guess he will put a link into his description. Yes, I do my work every single day. I post daily YouTube videos. So if you're interested in also subscribing to my channel, feel free to do so. I love you guys so much. Sorry, man, my mom has to come into this room. Okay, so
it's okay.
Thank you. Thank you for your amazing perspective, and thank you for this amazing podcast. So guys, this was Consciously Awakening Podcast Series episode 7. Guys, really thank you for watching. Gasper, thank you for being here with me, man. You have an amazing perspective. You have an amazing consciousness. Keep doing the work and keep being awesome. Thank you for watching, guys, and see ya on what's coming up next.
Thank you.
Ciao.